Hi, my name is Akshay Chopra and I'm Visa's Head of Innovation and Design for Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East and Africa. Thank you for having me at the Future Tech event. I'm really glad to be here. I wish it was in person, but maybe next year. Oman is a beautiful country. I'm here to talk about a couple of things. Firstly, what are some concrete trends we're seeing, changes in consumer behavior and businesses as a result of the pandemic? And secondly, how businesses are rising to the challenge with new technologies and new business models. Let's start with some trends on the consumer front. This is a result of the data sets that Visa has seen, but also consumer research in the field. Firstly, the way consumers shop has changed across the board. 80% of consumers in MENA tell us that their shopping behaviors have changed in the last 7-8 months, and that 3 in 4 tell us that they will never go back to the old ways of shopping, that they will always maintain these new shopping habits, which is very interesting because that means there is no going back. The new shopping behaviors, the new way commerce is conducted is forever transformed. Now let's look at some of these transformational trends. We'll talk about what people are buying, we'll talk about where they're shopping, and also how they're shopping, or how they're paying rather. Let's start with what people are buying. The purchase basket has changed. Things like department stores and electronics have actually seen double-digit declines in most MENA markets. But there's been a massive surge in 3 categories: home improvement, discount stores, and pharmacies. Clearly, the income pressure and the health crisis have driven up categories like pharmacies and discount stores. But home improvement is an interesting one because people are spending so much time at home now that they're spending a lot of effort in making their dwellings better and getting around to fixing things that they didn't have time for earlier. Combine that with the fact that they're not comfortable bringing in external help, that means DIY rules basically. So that's the changes in what people are buying. Let's also look at where people are buying. And of course, you can't hide from the fact that e-commerce has exploded as a channel since the rise of e-commerce, since the pandemic. We're seeing double-digit growth in most markets for e-commerce. In markets like Egypt, it's actually doubled. But what's important to remember is while e-commerce has really grown as a category or as a channel, physical retail still dominates in this region. Brick and mortar stores are still king. That's where the bulk of purchases happen in our part of the world. So what you read about the death of brick and mortar is just simply not true. Now let's talk about how consumers are paying in the stores. That's also completely transformed. A lot of it is driven by the fact that consumers in MENA are more than any other part of the world focused on hygiene. Let me give you an example. Globally, half of the customers told us that they don't want to shop in a store where they have to make physical contact with a cashier or use a shared device. In MENA, 3 in 4 customers said they will just not shop in a store where they have to make physical contact. So obviously, we're seeing that play out in terms of our contactless volumes. We've seen major double-digit growths at the very least in all the markets in the MENA region for contactless payments. In Saudi and the UAE, for example, in food and retail, we've seen 80% growth in contactless. So we talked about what people are buying has changed in terms of the basket, how they're paying has changed, and also where they're shopping, i.e. online, that's also transformed. Now let's talk about business trends. Now the biggest trend there is, of course, the fact that businesses are hurting, and that's terrible, and we have to do something about it. At Visa, we've announced $200 million in funding to support small businesses, and we've also announced the Where You Shop Matters campaign, which arms businesses with the tools and technologies and know-how to be able to weather the storm. But in terms of trend, the number one most promising thing that we're seeing is this emergence of omni-channel retail models that are helping both the physical retailer as well as the online retailer. So when the pandemic hit, most online grocers saw several 100% increases in their online orders. Obviously, that put a lot of pressure on their volumes, their ability to handle such orders. But then came in a large number of new business models like Now or Zomato delivery service, or Kareem now, and so on across the region, which offer aggregation and fulfillment services for these physical retailers. So the physical retailer wins because they get to alleviate some pressure on the supply chain. The online retailer wins because they've opened up a whole new business channel. And the user wins because they get more convenience and not having to leave the house. So these are just some trends that we're seeing, but these are the past and current trends we're seeing. But if we look into the future, there's two things we can say for sure. One is that there's no going back from this pandemic. The consumer behaviors that we're seeing now are going to change. And secondly, on the business front, it's my belief that the winners in this new reality will be those who use innovative technologies and business models, and they'll find new ways of conducting commerce that combine the best of online and offline retail and tailor the user experience to these completely transformed needs of today. So instead of showing you a presentation or talking to you about what some of those technologies look like, we'll actually show you a demo. We run the innovation centers at Visa, and unfortunately, most of them around the world are shut because of the pandemic. That doesn't stop my team from working with our partners digitally and virtually through the Virtual Innovation Center. So I'm going to ask you to join us in our Virtual Innovation Center, where my team will actually show you some of these proofs of concept that may well define the future of retail. Over to you, team.
Thank you, Akshay. Hello, everyone. My name is Yobel, and it's very nice to be with you all today. Let me first point out this is not a recording. I am not a bot. I'm dialing in live from our virtual Visa Innovation Center, from which we serve roughly 90 different markets, spanning across Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East, and Africa, or what we call our CEMEA region. And while we may be speaking from our virtual center today, we have physical innovation hubs in Dubai and Moscow, as Akshay mentioned. Actually, I'm currently dialing in from my apartment, but that's the beauty of augmented reality. In this virtual environment, we explore key payment trends and Visa capabilities shaping the future of commerce. As you can see, there are several journeys we can take you through, but for today's simulation, I will be your guide as we focus on the future of retail in a post-COVID reality to better understand how COVID-19 has fundamentally transformed and digitized our shopping experiences. To see examples of this, let's spend a day in my shoes as I journey through this post-COVID world and see Visa and partner innovations in action, including with some live demos. And what better place to start our journey than from my connected home? I want to quickly point out this virtual world is still in beta stage, so bear with me if any technical glitches occur that sends us all back to reality. So without further ado, welcome everyone to my connected home. Now, things have started to reopen again in my world, but during lockdown, I became increasingly more comfortable using different apps and technologies to digitally connect me with the outside world. In fact, I've downloaded this app called SuperPay, an omni-channel super app that connects me digitally across all my daily shopping and payment needs, all powered by a digital Visa card. Let's see some examples. For context, this is a demo app that we built in the Innovation Center with lots of proof of concepts of experiences we're working towards. Okay, back to the story. So what does it mean to have a digital card? Well, because it's digital, I'm no longer tethered to the physical plastic in my wallet. I can now access smart shopping and omni-channel solutions from my home. Let's try it out. I see SuperPay has an offer for me if I make a grocery order with any compatible voice assistant device. Well, I do own a Google Home here, so let me tap on connections, find my voice assistant device, accept the conditions to link my tokenized Visa credentials, and we're connected. Here I just showed one example of connecting to my other IoT devices like my smartwatch or smart car, but I can also activate Visa Click to Pay, which will allow me to use my card securely at participating online stores. We'll see a demo of this later. For now, let's test out our Google Home experience. Hey Google, open SuperPay Grocer.
All right, getting the test version of SuperPay Grocer. Greetings, how can I assist?
What's on my list?
You have 7 items saved in your shopping list. Your last order was 15 days ago. What would you like to do?
Reorder.
Would you like to pay now or pay on delivery with Visa QR?
Pay on delivery.
Our riders are doing critical work to support your community. If you can afford to, please show your appreciation with a tip. Would you like to add 10 dirhams as tip?
Yes.
Your order is confirmed and on its way. Continue shopping online with SuperPay to unlock exclusive offers.
And just like that, my groceries will be delivered to me without me ever stepping outside. You know, after COVID, we finally saw paying with card online exceed cash on delivery in our MENA region. But even for people who don't want to pay beforehand for something, in this case, let's assume I'm one of those people, I can still pay on delivery without using cash. Let's see what I mean. Well, that was quick. Looks like the delivery driver is here. I'd get the door, but thankfully in this virtual reality, Visa gave me a robot prototype to help me around the house and keep me company. It's been a lonely year. Anyways, thanks a lot, robot. All right, looks like all my groceries are there, and I can actually pay for them simply by scanning the attached QR with my SuperPay app through Visa's Scan to Pay technology. So I'll choose to scan the QR, confirm the merchant and the amount, and done. The payment went through. Now, contactless and mobile payments like what we just saw provide value to customers and merchants as they look to minimize or displace cash entirely for safety concerns while still meeting their payment needs. Well, we just showed a pay on delivery demo. Now let's see how can we pay online with just my SuperPay app. I did unlock a 15% discount at SuperPay's online shop, and I noticed I'm running low on N95 masks, so let me see if they have any in stock. I'll go to SuperPay Shopping and open up their online store. And as I scroll, I do see they have masks. Now this is new. Not only do they sell them, but they allow me to try them on using augmented reality with just my camera phone. That's a cool way to make my shopping feel more physical, even from home. So let's see how they look. Not bad, not bad. I'll add it to my cart. Also, I did see a pair of sunglasses I'm interested in, so same thing. I can try them on, choose the style that I like, and add them to my cart. Then I confirm my delivery option. And since I activated Visa Click to Pay previously, my card information is already on file, and I simply tap to make the purchase. And we're done. During COVID, especially with people locked down and physical stores struggling, businesses look to find new ways to connect with customers, to provide them with tangible omni-channel experiences that digitally replicate the physical shopping experience from the comforts of their homes. Now, as I go back to the homepage, I just received the notification that the mall has reopened and is partnering up with local small businesses to provide exclusive offers. That's great to hear, as I'm very passionate about supporting local businesses. And I believe strongly, especially after the pandemic, that where you shop matters. On that note, I'm going to tell you an inspiring story about a local small business that I support, Oasis Bazaar. Oasis Bazaar has overcome the challenges of the pandemic and actually grown through it. And to tell that story, let's all go back in time to the start of the lockdown and see how Oasis Bazaar grew its business. So here we are in an outdoor marketplace, and we can see Oasis Bazaar run by its owner, Osman. Let's hear from him on his experience as a small merchant during these times.
Hello guys, my name is Osman and welcome to my shop. I run a small business selling handmade goods and souvenirs. When COVID-19 pandemic hit, one of the biggest challenges I was faced was that nobody wanted to pay with cash, and I was only used to accepting cash. I worried about getting a card machine. I tried that once in the past, but the process took way too long. It was too complicated and expensive, and I didn't know what to do. But a couple of days ago, I saw this ad on my phone. It said that all I need to do to accept digital payments is download this app from my local bank. It will take 5 minutes, no paperwork, and I'll be up and running. Okay, let's see how this works. So the first thing he asked me to do is to create my merchant account. I write in my business name, Oasis Bazaar, select the business category, and put in my merchant tax information, and then scan my business ID. And just like that, my digital account is verified and activated. So now I can now accept digital payments immediately. In fact, let me test this out. A customer comes by and wants to buy a custom Dubai COVID mask. He agrees to pay me 50 dirhams, but doesn't have the cash. No problems. I'll put in the amount and choose the different ways to accept the money digitally, like tap or scan to pay. I'll choose tap. The customer taps his phone next to mine. He confirms the merchant and amount. And done. We both received a notification and the payment went through. And that's it. Yesterday, the customer would have walked away as he didn't have any cash, and I couldn't accept the visa. Now we're both happy.
Now, as you can imagine, running a small business was always difficult, even before the pandemic. That's why here at Visa, we empower merchants through our digital solutions, not just for accepting payments, but by adding value to their business beyond the point of sale. Here's what I mean. For Osman here, cash flow is vital. He may not be able to wait a few days to receive and use the money he earned today. Well, with his mobile device and using Visa Direct, he can instantly deposit his earnings to spend and put right back into his business and keep it running. Sometime later, as more of his sales are captured through the app, he can use digital tools to manage his finance while even receiving a smart loan from the bank based on his digital sales history to continue growing his business. Now, Osman is doing so well, he needs to hire staff. He can simply pay his staff their salary digitally straight to their Visa cards. And finally, adopting these digital tools allowed Osman to expand his business from the souk into the local mall. Which brings us back to the present, with me at home having just received the notification of Oasis Bazaar in the reopened mall. So now let's all head to the mall and check out the store, socially distanced of course. Now inside Oasis Bazaar, I see Osman looking well. Let's hear from him again as we tour his new store.
Hello and welcome back again to Oasis Bazaar. It's been great seeing my business grow. However, I used to have a great time interacting with my customers, but now they just pick up and buy items thereafter and walk out. But by using new technologies, I can start engaging, interacting, and look at rebuilding my relationships with them. For example, with my store's app, my customers can play fun games to earn offers, donate to charities, shop and pay digitally for a quick and safe shopping experience. Speaking of awesome customers, I see Yobel has just walked in. Hey Yobel, how are you? It's been a while.
Great to see you too, Oz. Wow, the place looks amazing and so different.
Yeah, as you can see, we made a number of changes since you were last there. For one, we went digital. Have you heard of SuperPay app that launched recently?
Yeah, actually, I just installed it and saw a notification about your store. That's why I'm here.
That's awesome. We just launched our store on the SuperPay's platform and created some fun digital shopping experiences. Why don't you try it out? Who knows, you might even win some great offers.
All right, let me open up SuperPay shopping again. Scan for nearby physical stores. And yep, there's Oasis Bazaar. Looks like there's a 10% offer. All I need to do is catch the virtual bird to win. Okay, so let's play. I see the bird. It's ready in 3, 2, 1. I tap. Too easy. Well, I have been spending all year stuck at home playing video games, so no surprises there. Anyways, I see 2 options. I can redeem instantly or donate to charity. I'm glad I have this choice, and I'll definitely choose to donate.
Now that was one example on how technology allows me to engage with my customers again. Also on my merchant app, I see Yobal's profile showed up. I can refresh myself on what he purchased last time, and because he's such a great guy, let me send him a real-time offer he can use right now.
Hey, thanks for the offer, Oz. Now I'm definitely gonna go buy some items. Looks like with this app, I can also digitally scan and purchase the items directly without needing to go to a cashier or wait in line. That's great since I'm still nervous about being too close to strangers. So let's see if this new app addresses my concerns. All I have to do is point my camera at the items I'm interested in, scan the QR, which adds it to my digital shopping cart. Let's add one more item, maybe this neck pillow. I'll then apply the offer Oz just sent me and tap on Buy Now. And that's it. I just purchased the items.
Let's see another example. Because of COVID, many of my customers are no longer comfortable touching or trying on clothes. For that reason, I've installed a new magic mirror. They just stand in front of it and try clothes on virtually. And if they like what they see, they can purchase straight from the mirror and pick them up from our click and collect counter. Hey Yobo, why don't you try out a magic mirror?
All right, let me give it a try. I'll hover my hand over Shop the Look. And now I can see myself with the outfits placed on me. And by simply waving my hand, I can try on any item I want virtually. Now I can see how the clothes look on me without any of the hassle. All right, well, I like this outfit, so let me choose it. And I can even take a photo of myself and send it digitally. On the checkout page, I see 3 different ways to pay, all contactlessly, from scan to tap to even face biometrics. I'll choose QR scan. Now with my SuperPay app, I scan the QR, confirm the merchant and the amount, and done. I just bought it. Augmented and virtual reality experiences, such as this interactive mirror or the mobile app demo we showed earlier at home, are among the most exciting touchless commerce innovations, with brands like IKEA, Amazon, Nike, and others introducing these augmented solutions to create valuable customer experiences. And by the way, once our Dubai Innovation Center reopens, our clients will have a chance to interact with a real magic mirror prototype.
And by the way, Yobo, with your safety in mind, we've even got rid of our paper receipts. Just check the SuperPay app for your digital receipt.
Thanks again, Oz. We'll see you next time. Now, on my app, I do see I can tap on my latest transactions and open up this digital receipt. This is perfect as I always lose my receipts and I don't see any value in them. Now I'm able to do even more. I can provide feedback on my experience, make returns easier, and even pay in installments, a Visa solution that allows me to better manage my money, which I'll do right now. Digital receipts allow what used to be the end of a transaction to now be the beginning of a new customer-merchant relationship, while also addressing health concerns by being fully contactless. And by the way, digital receipts and installments are both Visa solutions available to our partners. So this concludes our journey inside a post-COVID world. While we're still facing the impacts from this global pandemic, it's become increasingly clear that our physical and digital worlds are colliding in unprecedented ways. This is why our team exists, to build forward-thinking solutions that take the best of physical and digital worlds to drive meaningful experiences for the future of retail. And with that, I'll pass it back to Akshay.
So I know a lot of these trends and technologies you saw may seem really futuristic, but actually you'll be surprised. A lot of these things exist today and they'll only get accelerated by the pandemic. So the augmented reality experiences, buying sunglasses and masks, you can actually do that with Ray-Ban today, or IKEA, or you can buy sneakers off of apps in augmented reality. Many major retail chains have adopted the magic mirror technology. And cash on delivery solutions you saw, not that far from reality and present day capability. In fact, with partners like Noon in MENA, we've actually launched a number of cash on delivery solutions like this. So ultimately, we're not here to bet on which technology is going to win. But what I can say with a lot of confidence is whatever technology or whatever user experience does come out, they will require something that's seamless, more secure, and inclusive. And that's where my team comes in at Visa to help innovators in e-commerce and physical retail and our entire network to build these futures of commerce. Thanks again for having me. Have a good day.